Welcome, everyone, to Friends of the Freniemies with Moose and the Behemoth Baller, bringing you detailed breakdowns of this week's matchups. We are at week 4 right now. First up on our schedule with what is our consensus worst matchup of the week, as two teams either injury-ridden or just not able to put things together, try and get into the right side of the win column again this week. We have, of course, Hteraj versus 1 + 1 = 12.
Yeah, this one's going to be a doozy.
All right, sir. So the basics of this is once upon a time, this was a heavily favorited game for Dacamite with a Lazard beam. Since that lovely nickname was made, he has lost the Lazard beam on IR, not going to be available anytime soon. And COVID has taken away his #1 draft pick in Derek Henry.
That's unfortunate, like really unfortunate. That blows.
Yeah, coupled that with Melvin Gordon looking like the Melvin Gordon of 2 years ago on Thursday night. And it seems like someone's dark magics are already paying a heavy toll this year.
Yeah, especially with Taylor in that running back spot. Homer, I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, Mr. Plow trying to hold down a running back spot. And that is curious because all of these Seattle running backs are expected to be available, making his usage, in a worst-case scenario, none. He could be a healthy 0, in which case Chris Carson was great, runs over Miami to the tune of 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, and you just hate yourself.
That might not happen. It might.
No, it might not. But do you think that that's a better option than the guy that, I don't know, he cut him for in Cordell Patterson?
No. Cordell is obviously the better choice at that point.
Especially with the unfortunate injury to Tariq Cohen.
Yeah, and the fact that Patterson had been playing and planning with the running backs during the offseason.
For the first time in his career. That's very interesting. I actually didn't know that.
Yes, and he's kind of a gadget player. That's what they brought him on board for. So, and with, Nick Foles playing quarterback this week, there's a lot of upside to
he's
Cordell.
He's a gadgety quarterback.
But I guess there could be a lot of downside. Maybe Ryan sees something we don't. For his sake, I hope he does. So I would not be playing Homer.
Yeah, I would heavily agree with that. I think even on his decimated bench, that there are still better options on there. I feel like
agreed.
Either Hill or Mattinson or definitely Traquan Smith. Well, I guess Traquan can't fit in there. He has to be a running back.
But, kudos to Ryan for not playing Gore.
Yeah, his sixth sense knew that the Infinity Stone would wane this week.
This is true.
Yeah. So what's the world where 1 + 2 = 12 wins this game? For me,
picking up a better run back.
So yeah, okay, there we go. Start off with get a real running back in there who you think is going to get you some actual points. And other than that, I think he's going to need a huge game out of Dallas. Dallas versus Cleveland needs to be destruction. Just actually, if it were
with no Gallup involved.
Oh yeah.
It's highly unlikely.
CD needs to not pull a DK and screw up an easy touchdown.
Ooh, fumble.
Yeah, that and Kelsey maybe breaking every known tight end record would be good, but
it's not another question. I do like the Higgins. He could shine this week.
Yep.
He's back with his boy Joe. They hooked up last week, and good things could be to come. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Diggs has been playing his brains out. Those two right there could be a huge boon for him.
I agree.
Both those Buffalo guys have similar upside, but I think both their floors are going to be considerably lower.
True.
Singletary is my biggest worry on if it weren't for the fact that he had Alvin Kamara, the easy, probably #1 scoring player. Oh man, would you take for fantasy points overall Dak Prescott or Kamara? next week? Is there a world where Kamara goes crazy again against the lowly and does better than Prescott versus a lowly Cleveland team?
That's a great question. The way Dak's been playing, I kind of want to say Dak, but you never know. I mean, the Saints are playing Detroit, so anything is possible.
It should be fun, but it's going to be.
I guess
very,
if I
very
had to throw my hat in the ring, I say luck be a Prescott tonight.
I'm gonna be right there with you, sir. As much as I love this tear that Kamara's been on, and just abusing the fact that Breeze maybe can't throw downfield more than 15 yards anymore, it's just as tempting as that is. The Dak attack is strong, and if Ryan's gonna pull off this upset, is because Dak and Lamb combined for like 50 to 60 points, while Higbee and Goff give him 30-ish. That's the world where that happens. Otherwise, it's real tough. Do we have a Bencham game to play here? Aside from the obvious one we already covered, is there someone else on this team on either side we think they have a better option? You'd say obviously not Ryan, but as he has Mr. Plow in there instead of possibly playing running back this week.
If he wasn't going to reach into the waiver wires, I kind of like Hill a little bit better than Mattson. Even though the numbers don't agree with me.
I actually like Mattinson against Houston. I think they're going to be this game right here, the Atlanta Green Bay one. I'm concerned that they're going to be playing catch up a lot, and that the receivers are the ones who get a lot of targets for Atlanta, not so much the running backs when they're playing catch up. When it's a closely contested game and they're mixing it up, you see a lot more gadgety screen stuff from Atlanta. I think Mattinson could just get some work in there. He's getting a decent amount of touches so far this season, and he's also snagged himself no touchdowns. Let's see, 6-3-8. You know what? I'm gonna have to roll that back, sir. That's not super great. The zero in the receiving game, these targets here, that's where you're kind of hoping to get something. That first game had you feeling pretty good. 6 for 50, 4 for 4.
Yeah, no, they lean on Cook pretty hard, man. That's why I'd rather go with Hill if I had to pick someone off his team. Last week Hill did pretty good.
Man, these numbers are backing you up quite a bit. I mean, those 4s,
but
they're not great. But you look at the usage, 3 for
right, exactly,
2, and then 9 and 3. These are going up.
Yeah, and it should
as their faith in Gurley's knees goes down.
Correct.
All right, sir. Let us play one last game before we wrap it up for this one. Top scoring. Who is the best at each position and best player overall that's not a quarterback? I think best player overall, not a quarterback, it's going to be Kamara. I don't think that one's a difficult one in this match. There's not too many other people there who can put up that kind of threat.
I don't know, man. I might go for Hill. It is New England. They're gonna need a really big play, if not 2. And Hill's a guy you can call on for that.
So Hill's definitely your wide receiver 1.
In
this matchup?
Yeah, definitely.
See, man. I think both Kupp and Lamb are big threats to be over that. Gallup obviously last week showed that he has the talent as well. But you don't know each week who that's going to happen to. But the targets for Lamb are going up. Dak is developing an affection for him to where he's willing to throw it up there, willing to make it work, and hope he doesn't make any more rookie mistakes like he did week 1.
Yeah, but Hill has the ability to make really big plays compared to Lamb and Gallup.
Yep.
And that's why I would put him at the top.
I tried hard. I attempted to convince myself otherwise, but I'm with you, sir. It's got to be Hill. And you know what? That makes this one easy as well. Although I think
of course,
Higbee matchup is nice on paper.
Yeah. Are they actually going to get it done? That's the question. And we know Kelsey's going to hook up with Mahomes. We just know that.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
And best player in the flex. I'm going to be bold. I think it's going to be Devin Singletary. I think Buffalo's going to do a lot of running over the Raiders, and he's going to have himself a big game when there's no Moss on the field.
I like that pick, but I really think that Higgins is going to shine this week.
That Jacksonville matchup, that's pretty good.
Yes. Yep.
All right, sir. It has been good talking to you. Let us wrap it up, and we will be back with our next matchup soon, folks, and we look forward to seeing you there. Until next time, you all take care.